This is part 3 of the exam revision for resits workshop, and the focus of this particular section will be around getting organised and managing your time. Managing your time is a very, very important tool for success in exams and any area of academic life, and I just want to present some ideas and suggestions here today for how to do that, particularly if you're very busy. You may only have one exam to resit, but you may be working full time, you may have family responsibilities, all sorts of things going on. So it's important that you manage your time well, stay organised, even if you only have one exam, because you don't want to leave it till the last minute, and then of course the panic sets in, the stress can set in, which in part 2 we looked at that, about staying organised. That's one way to kind of avoid stress. So one way I would suggest of organising yourself, managing your time, is to draw up some kind of revision timetable, such as this. This is for somebody who, as you can see, has a job, maybe not a full-time job, but they work quite a few hours a week, and they have to squeeze in their revision wherever they can. Yours will look very different, of course. Everybody will have their own. But I think it's just a useful thing to do is to look at your timetable of the week, see where your gaps are for revision, and plan to do the revision in those gaps. This person can revise Monday afternoons, Tuesdays, Wednesday mornings, and Fridays, and even Sunday as well. So all I would suggest is that you sit down for a moment and just look, where can I do this? You could wake up each morning and think, right, I'll do some revision today here, I'll do some revision today there, but I think it's always good to plan ahead and just think, I will stick to my schedule of doing Friday morning or all day Tuesday, and try and stick to that as much as is possible, really. Again, depending on the amount or the amount of exams you have, if you may have 3 or 4 or 5 possibly, it wouldn't be a bad idea to perhaps, in the build-up to the exams starting, the 3, 4, 5, 6 week period building up to that, is write up some kind of personal action plan for yourself about the tasks you need to do and which topics you want to revise, which subject areas you want to revise, and when you want to finish that by, and what, just writing down a to-do list, if you like, of revision. Again, I think any kind of technique for organising your time and writing down tasks ahead, it can only be good for you. I think most mere mortals tend to do this kind of thing. We need to write lists of what we have coming up and what we want to achieve, and I think this is a good way to start, certainly for revision. So you could, as the one on the screen here says, this person is intending to listen to podcast 1 and 2, which is nothing to do with these podcasts, I have to say, something else completely. And they've set target dates in which to do that. They've also put some other sources of information and help. So they've written notes saying, look at the note-taking slides, read up on the ELS, which is the English legal system. Just little notes for themselves, just to help them stay on top of the work they have at hand. You could knock something up like this very quickly on paper, absolutely, and on a Word document in 5 minutes you could knock something like this up and start to plan your time and organise your week. That's it really in terms of planning, organisation and time management, the final part of this podcast. This slide talks about various sources of support that are available. Of course, your tutors. Bear in mind, of course, it's summer holidays and their availability will be limited. That's my name, an email address and phone number. I'll be taking some annual leave over the summer as well. So if you are wanting to get hold of a tutor, myself, or one of the student experience support tutors, make sure you do it in good time, because we may not always be around over the summer period. But if we're not around, then there will be somebody around who can help you for sure. What's not on there is the student information point. Their phone number is 0161 247 1751. You can always call them, and they might be able to put you in touch with the tutor or know the tutor's movements and how you can get in contact with them. For any disability issues, learning development, contact them. The counselling service I mentioned in the previous podcast, they're working over the summer. And Skills Online is MMU's e-learning portal, which has various study skills units, which you can access via Moodle on the student resource pages. So it includes areas such as referencing, good academic writing, time management, and exam preparation, amongst others. All that's left me to say now is good luck, and I hope you found some of this quite useful.